Hello, Craft users. Today we're going to learn how to log in to the Craft content management system that we here at Oklahoma City University use to update the website. So the first thing you'll need to do, of course, is establish a user account. And how you do that is by sending an email to webmaster@okcu.edu. Be sure to let us know which area or areas of the site that you'll need to be able to edit. Once we get your email, we will send you a link to create your account and set up your password. When you've done that, visit okcu.edu/okcuadmin/login and enter your username and password. You should use your email because the username that gets set up in the system for some reason doesn't always work that well. So click login and you'll be taken to the dashboard. Now once you're logged in, you'll see that the workplace is over here on the right and a navigation column is over here on the left. Note that Craft is responsive, and what that means is its layout adjusts to the size of the screen you're working on, specifically the size of the browser window that you're working in. If your browser window isn't very wide, the left column will hide automatically. So see, if we make it skinnier, that left column goes up here into this little hamburger menu. And you can get to that by clicking there. That does mean that technically you can make edits in Craft on your phone. I've tried it a few times and it's not all that easy, but it can be done. So in the left column, you'll have links to the dashboard, which we see here. Just kind of a general overview area that we really probably won't use that much. Then to entries, which are all of the pages that you are allowed to edit and Craft, and assets, and that's where you upload files, usually photos and PDFs that you will be linking to on your pages. We will cover more about those in a different video. So now that you've got entries, you have your second column here. Your options are all entries, campus directory, which everyone is available to edit the campus directory, and we'll find out more about that in another video also. And then under structures, these are the sections of the site that you've been given permission to edit. My account that I'm using here has permission to edit arts and sciences here. If you'll notice, by default, the pages are laid out in a sort of folder structure, folder and subfolder structure. And it's pretty much the same as the file browser in Windows or the Macintosh Mac OS. It's a little subtler though because you don't have the folder icons. What you do have are these tiny little carrots, which can be sort of hard to see. I wish they were larger. But if you click one of those, it will open up the folder and show all the pages, the subpages that are listed in that directory. This area on the right here also responds to how deep your folder structure goes. So for example, if you open up the chemistry department page, you'll see all the subpages open up there. And so now it has to cram these areas into a slightly smaller area. And if the area gets too small, if your screen is too small, the listings will go to these wider parts, wider listings here, and it does make it easier to use if you have a small screen, but it also makes it a little harder to find. Fortunately, the search feature in Craft works really well. So if we were to look for chemistry degrees, for example, if you just type chemistry, it'll show us all these. Every page is in the chemistry directory, but if you add to your search with degrees, you have a much smaller and more accurate set of search results. And also note that the search function in Craft only does whole words, so it doesn't start finding as soon as you type. You have to enter the entire word in order for it to search for them. You'll notice when I clear the search results, you just have a list of all of the pages alphabetical by title, which makes it harder to find if you want to look them up by where they appear in the folder structure. Fortunately, you can fix that by clicking this sort button up here. If you click that arrow, you have the option of sorting by structure, and if you select that, it's back to the sort of foldery look that it had before. And that's really just a matter of personal preference. You can find your pages however you like. Anyway, now that you're logged in and you have an idea of what all this looks like, you can find the page you want to edit. And in this case, we will use the test area page. Once you've found the page, all you have to do is click the title here, and it will open up the page to edit. We'll see all the areas that we can make edits to, and when we're done, we can save our changes and submit them for review. That will be another video, though. For now, just congratulate yourself on having logged in to Craft successfully.